I think our guy has gone back. I want to see what Key's process was after one of the most devastating losses, I think, of the Mike Zimmer era, where it's like it's national TV, the Cowboys are starting a backup. This is your chance to blow a team out, get back above 500, and Cooper Rush comes in. So how has Keys responded to such a devastating loss? Judd's keys to a Vikings victory over the Ravens.
Keys craves consistency. And so he did what he always has done. 3-day bender, followed by a brief dry out, followed by nose to the Keys grindstone. Like, Keys doesn't change. Keys ain't going to change. Just because things go bad, Keys don't change. When things are good, Keys don't change. 3 days spent in the bar, face down, just getting drinks.
Love it. Love it. Well, before we dive into the keys here, all right, Judd's keys today to a Vikings win over the Ravens, presented by our friends at Federated Mutual Insurance Company. And, I got here to the in-laws, who I love. And this is kind of we're doing a holiday gathering, before the holidays, because we're just like,
that's what we
do. And they decked the whole house out in Christmas for us. It's amazing. I'm a big early Christmas music guy. And Federated's here already wishing everyone a safe, healthy, happy holiday season, and keeping in mind, holiday season means cold temperatures, and cold temperatures can mean extra risks for your business. So just make sure that winter weather isn't cutting anything short or making life rough on your business in some way. Find out more from the smart, wise, and kind people at Federated Insurance, the risk management tools that they can offer your business. FederatedInsurance.com. And remember, at Federated, it's our business to protect yours.
All right, Keys, come on. How
many keys do we have? It's gonna be like 10 after that loss.
No, just as 4.
Okay.
No, we're down to 4 keys.
Okay.
Keys tried 5 against the Browns. Didn't work out so well.
Not a
of
great
course,
idea,
it didn't work out with 4 against the Cowboys. So consistency. Again, Keys is consistent. Key number 4. Rush hour. The loss of Danielle Hunter, a huge blow. DJ Wanham steps in as the starter, which, and who knows? He might be fine. He's an up-and-coming player. But he has 4 sacks over 2 seasons. And Danielle had 6 sacks this season, and now he is done. And the thing that we have to keep in mind is Danielle Hunter's presence ordinarily on the left end is part of the reason why when Everson Griffin was re-signed and brought in, that he was so good. Because Griffin benefited from the fact that Danielle drew so much attention. If you watch the second half of the Cowboys game, you saw this play out, because the Vikings basically, with I think Hunter went out in the second quarter. With Danielle out, in the second half of that Cowboys game, there was no pressure, basically. Cooper Rush sat back there, and the problem then is with Pat P out from the corner and Breland and Dantzler playing, Cooper Rush picked apart Cooper Rush. I'll repeat it. Cooper Rush picked apart the secondary because he felt no pressure. And so the real question is there a way to scheme up? And the answer might be no. Is there a way to scheme up or do something that can create a little bit of rush hour on the Baltimore Beltway?
Wow. Yeah, I don't know, man. God, it's the other thing. Like, Danielle Hunter is really the heart and soul of everything this defense wants to do. And I know Mike Zimmer came up there with all of his little defensive stats and stuff, but you almost have to throw out everything that was right. But and he also cherry picked instead of going with like rate stats, or like he took a lot of stuff out of context, but like any sort of praise that you can give this defense through the last 4 games or so, sure, you almost have to throw it out the window going forward, because the most important guy on that defense is not playing anymore. So I don't know, Jim.
I don't know, Jim.
I don't know.
Might be a problem. Might be a problem. That's right, Tony. Key number 3. Coverage concerns. And you know what I don't mean, guys? I don't mean Breland. Oh, yeah, I'm concerned. I don't mean Dantzler. Oh, yeah, I'm concerned. I mean the coverage concern of Ravens tight end Mark Andrews. Let me give you his stats. 516 yards receiving, which ranks second to the Chiefs' Travis Kelce, who's at 560. He is the NFL's only tight end with at least 500 receiving yards thus far and a 13-yard per catch average, which actually is 13.9. He is 6'5", 256 pounds, and yet he is basically, well, he's not basically. He is a hybrid receiver. Coverage concerns. Is that Anthony Barr? Who does that fall
Kendricks?
on? Kendricks, yeah. So who
Vigil?
does that? No, God, no.
Back
God,
to
no.
Eric Wilson.
No, he got
Harrison
claimed
Smith?
by the Texans. The temptation of the Eric Wilson return is gone.
EJ Henderson.
But I don't feel like the Vikings have played a bunch of teams with a tight end that's near this season. And so just as far as concerns that involve Lamar Jackson, the passing game, the tight end here is a big concern.
Wow. Easy for me to say. I hope I'm not stepping on Key's toes too much here, but I have a Lamar Jackson stat that I think Mark Andrews has played a huge role in this, right? So, you know how the Vikings on their last 13 third down plays on Sunday night threw the ball short of the sticks all 13 times?
Yes.
Lamar Jackson is averaging for the season on all downs, throwing the ball past the sticks 1.5 yards.
Oh, that's a great stat. No, I didn't have
Let that compute for a second. Lamar Jackson is throwing the ball past the sticks 1.5 yards on average on all throws. The Vikings, on their last 13 third down plays last week, did not throw the ball past the sticks once.
How did we decide he couldn't throw?
I don't know.
Lamar?
Yeah.
Because old guys like Bill Polian, like old 80s and 90s football evaluators were like, that's not what a quarterback looks like. My quarterback must look like Trent Dilfer. A good white man that stands in the pockets back in the old days.
I mean,
it's
the
like
guy,
they're just
the guy's
like,
got an arm.
dude, he's got a laser.
Teddy,
Yes.
you know what? Teddy made more sense to question, arm strength wise, easily.
Yeah, because he's got kind of a little wet noodle for an arm, right? He just kind of frisbee slings it out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
He's
Slinging it?
slinging it is the right
Slinging
word.
He's
it?
taking his shots. He's taking his shot.
it's
You
traveling
can't score if you don't
at
shoot.
2
You can't score if you don't shoot.
He
That's all I'm
flips.
saying.
He's flipping it.
Yeah,
He's
it's
flipping
going
it.
1.4 miles
Uncle
per
Rico.
hour. If
How much
that's
would I bet
swinging
Teddy
it.
can throw a pigskin over them mountains? You know, just hold on there.
Oh, I bet you a lot on that. Michael Vick could. All right. Key number 2. Sultry key right here, boys. Throw him the damn ball. To harken back to Keyshawn Johnson. 4 targets and 2 catches in prime time against the Cowboys. Are you serious? Justin Jefferson needs to get the football. And in this game, you are going against, I'll say this slowly so Clint Kubiak can hear it, the worst pass defense statistically in the National Football League.
In the world.
They are giving up, yes, in the entire
In the world, right?
They are giving up more yards. I believe it's almost 300 yards. I think it's 298 something. Almost 300 yards per game. Justin Jefferson. And I'm so tired of the excuses for why he can't get the football. You know, I'm sick of it. The fans make excuses. The coaching staff does. Think about this for a second. Odell Beckham is being released today because he's unhappy. And I sort of get it, but he's unhappy, okay? Like he is in his OBJ way creating problems to get out of Cleveland because he feels slighted there and he's not being thrown the football. And Justin Jefferson, who is in a second year and basically at the top of his career, like he is phenomenal. Hasn't said a word about this yet, has been positive. And you still are finding reasons not to incorporate him consistently. That's ridiculous.
I'm not as worried about that because I know that you've been foreshadowing this, that it might be a Stephon Diggs situation. He might want his way out. While I don't think it's going to get solved, I mean, he'll have some targets this season. Like he'll wind up top 10 in targets and it'll be higher than last year. But next year, the problem will be solved one way or the other. He's either the Vikings are going to bring in a more offensive-minded coach or a more veteran. Like there will be changes that help Justin Jefferson,
Sure.
I think, starting in 2022. So long term, I'm not as much on the, oh my God, he's going to leave scare train
but
as
you're
maybe
not
you
giving
are.
yourself the best chance to win right now. Like,
Oh,
if you want to
agreed.
win football games, quit making excuses. And it drives me crazy that fans get in on this. Well, it was cover two. What were they supposed to do? We saw at the start of the Dallas game where he was incorporated.
Yeah.
Yes, the deep shot didn't work, but it came close. And guess what close means? It means you go back to that well.
Yeah, I think the other thing too is because if on a per game basis, he is one of the 8 to 10 most targeted receivers. But a couple things off that. I think he should be closer to top 3 because I think he's that good. But then it doesn't make sense when you go and play a Dallas team that is not good at stopping opposing teams from gaining chunks of yards in the air, how you only find him twice for 21 yards, 4 targets overall, after a 14-target game in Week 6. It's just, let's find ways. I don't know why you need C.J. Ham to get targeted 3 times, but Jefferson can't get 5. It just doesn't.
And didn't Diggs get 2 flags against him on Jefferson plays? I thought he drew
at least one. Yeah,
I thought that Justin drew at least 2 flags. So anyway, yes,
Yeah.
throw him the damn ball.
All right, and now the number 1 key for the Vikings pulling an upset in Baltimore, Maryland.
Okay, this is actually very simple. It's a request for somebody to please find Mike Picasso, because Zim needs a Picasso from his defense.
Mike
Picasso.
His
We
name?
need a work of art. We need a defensive. Do you remember the Saints playoff game?
Oh, I see. Okay, you're calling Mike Picasso. Okay. I think his name is Pablo, isn't it?
It is, but I'm calling him Mike Picasso because. Do you remember that Saints playoff game? Okay, we all thought that the Vikings, and I'm not talking about the miracle. I'm talking about the game in the Superdome. We all thought they're dead. They're Drew Brees. Good luck here. And what happened? Mike got his Picasso outfit on and came up with a masterpiece.
Which he's want to do sometimes.
He's capable of doing it. And
Yes,
Lamar Jackson, Phil, if you look at what he can do with his arm and his feet, he's throwing for 1,934 43 yards and 10 touchdowns. And he also leads the Ravens with 480 yards rushing and 2 scores. So right there alone, without Hunter playing, you're going to need to do something special to slow him down. And that doesn't even get into, as we talked about, the tight end Andrews, the potential that they can have in the run game, blah, 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 blah. So you are going to need, if Mike throws his defense out there and says, go get them, boys, you're in huge trouble. But if he pulls the Picasso, if he does what he did against Saints, it could be different.
And those are Judd's keys. I've takes off that. But those are Judd's keys to a Vikings victory over the Baltimore
ruins
Ravens.
It. You know what? The key fob has undermined keys.
There you go.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'll
hold on to the
much
fob.
better.
Okay.
The
Yeah, because
fob
it's
is
you have the plastic.
I love the fob in real life,
Yeah.
but as far as real keys go, I'm not a big fob fan.
So I think you've hit on the most interesting thing about this game is that we don't know how Mike Zimmer is going to react to that Sunday night loss. We don't know how the team is going to react to Mike Zimmer and the coaching staff, because this isn't just a theory. There is absolutely tension between Vikings players and coaches right now. That's a real thing behind the scenes. And it's not anything out of the ordinary. If teams are not performing up to expectations, this happens. It doesn't mean that there's a mutiny right now, but it's a very fragile state right now, I feel like, inside that locker room, where if they go out and get beat 41-10 or something, and keep in mind, the Ravens have been prepping for 2 weeks for this game. They're playing at home. They haven't played a road game in a month. They've just been comfortably sitting at home, resting up the last 2 weeks, and also thinking about a 24-point loss to the Bengals the last time they played. And so you're going to get, I think, Baltimore's best punch on the road in this game. So if you win, it'll be a sign that, wow, the Vikings used that loss on Sunday night to all come together behind the scenes to pull off a huge upset victory against a team that prepped for 2 weeks, right? It would be a huge win. And I think if they won this game, it would show you, okay, they are using the adversity to come together, and now they can make a run. But if they get beat by 3 or 4 touchdowns or something, this thing could get weird real quick here in the month of November.
But defensively, what are you going to do? Like
score points offensively.
Well, yes.
That's what you need to
That's
do.
true too, but you're going to have a wrinkle. Like you got to do something here. You can't just be like, my system works. If you say that, you're in trouble.
When Judd said Picasso, it took me about 15 seconds to realize he was talking about the painter, because when he said Picasso, I immediately went to Pinocchio. And I was like trying to figure out, like, well, is he going to lie? Like, he's just going to like lie and his nose is going to grow? Like, I was like, and then I realized, I completely just misheard.
What's Pinocchio's first name? Does Pinocchio have, Pinocchio is his first name, right? It's not Mike or Pablo.
I think so.
It's just Pinocchio.
So.
Pinocchio's true though for football people.
Right.
Our team is
I
fine.
think it's just his first name.
I'm immunized.
Our team is playing great.
Here's all the great defensive stats. Oh.
Kirk and I love each other.
Honestly, that kind of scared me as a kid. I don't really like Pinocchio. It freaked me out.
It's creepy, man. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a creepy film.
He bored me. That bored
Okay,
me.
imagine Pinocchio, but he
Pinocchio guy.
stabs people with his nose.
I think that probably
Then becomes a horror
low
movie.
budget. I think that's been a low budget film idea. I'm pretty sure. I think that's happened. I think.
But
that's
the nose
happened.
grows out. But here's the problem. He's got to lie, and then the nose grows, and it grows so slowly that I think you could probably run away before it stabbed you. Because his nose is not out
I found it.
perpetually. It
Pinocchio's
grows.
Revenge, 1996 psychological thriller. Yeah, Pinocchio's Revenge.
I thought you were
started
talking
Pinocchio?
about more of like an adult film.
I knew that's where your head went immediately,
It'd
judging by
definitely
your
be
laughter.
There'd definitely be
But,
an adult film.
Oh,
It
yeah.
it could definitely be an adult film.
I can't. I cannot. I want to make so
Yeah,
many
you
jokes.
like you
I'm
like when
not
I
gonna- I can't, dude. I literally cannot. I have
you
so
like when
many
I
in my
lie
brain right now.
Yeah, you like when I lie like that. Yeah,
You like that?
Actually, there have been
What,
adult
Mickey Mouse
films.
now, I guess. I don't know. I am.
There have been adult films in the past that are based on certain parts of the anatomy being in different parts. So, like, that could be Pinocchio.
What's happening right now?
Hey, I didn't say it.
Yeah, you're talking about like Edward Scissorhands, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But instead of
Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
of scissors,
Oh
he's
my
got
God.
he's got
Oh my
5.
God. Oh my God.
He's got a nose issue.
All right, we gotta go.
We gotta go.
We gotta go.
We gotta go.
Do we got? By the way,
By the way, Pinocchio.
Oh man! All right, don't forget Vikings vent line. Officially, by the way, last Sunday, the biggest Vikings vent line in the history of the show, like the 8-year history of the show. So thank you guys. I mean, we're really just your therapists. So it's a combination of
But we're here
devastating
for you.
loss and you guys being pissed. But
We're here for you.
and we'll be here for you whatever happens on Sunday. Again, just check out Vikings Vent Line live on the Purple Daily YouTube channel. All right, that's a wrap. Mackey and Judd, Daily Minnesota Sports Entertainment.